often. Oh yeah, we can't clear marshes yet because we don't have masonry. Forgot about that. Marshes always need to be cleared just because they're doing nothing but taking away yields from your city. So anyways, every time you move a settler out, you need to move them with a warrior. If they're not, someone can come in, just touch them, and immediately they're destroyed and they turn into a worker. So even if you get them back, they're not a settler anymore. They're a worker, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not a settler. A worker can't create cities. Okay,
Is
so
the following trade of interest to you?
it's not a bad idea, I guess, at lower levels, but I still recommend at no matter what level you are. See, he wants me to give him open borders here for his open borders. Get rid of open borders by clicking that, just left clicking. Click his gold, and then say what will make this deal work. Eventually, you'll learn.
Is the following trade of interest?
But see, now he's going to give us 50 gold. Sure, we can't go through his area, but we don't even know where he is. There's no reason to have to be able to go through his area for the next, 80, 25, 30 turns. 18, 15, I forget how many turns it is. 80. That's not what I meant to say, but that's beside the point. So we'll accept that. So not only have we created trade with him, and hit F4, I'll show you him.
Good day.
Okay, he's not friendly. So we haven't made enough trades, or it hasn't been long enough yet to help our reputation. But as we trade with people, that'll help. Okay, as our plantation and our cotton's hooked up, you can see we're getting now an extra 4 happiness from cotton. Very good. Go over and get some spices. Moving up. And usually I'd keep him right on top, but they won't be able to come in and hit him this round, so we're okay. Okay, so the citizens of Helsinki become uneasy at the nearby Barb encampment. So this one, and just like I said, they're attacking, because Barbs are idiots, and they'll attack the nearest thing and everything. So we can go over here and possibly help them. Scout probably won't do a whole lot, but we'll see. Korea's made a public declaration. So pretty much he's just saying they're protecting Vienna. So if we attack Vienna, Korea's going to get really pissed off. Okay. Now another thing to do, not only is the positioning of a new city really important, but how far away from your old city. The further away, you're going to have to build roads to connect them. Roads connecting from the capital will give you money, because it's like they're trading with each other. It's a trade route. The problem is, though, for every road tile, even if it's outside your cultural boundary that you build, it costs you 1 gold per turn to maintain that. So if I build a route that's all the way over here, it's going to cost probably 12 gold a turn, which is going to definitely cut into me. It'll give me good trade route bonuses, but it's not going to be worth it in the end, because for every turn it's going to take to build roads eventually out there, it's going to cost, I don't know, probably 60 gold total before the route's even hooked up, because it's going to cost 1 as they build there, then as I build 2 or 3 turns to build it there, it's going to cost, another 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to cost a lot. It's not worth it. So an idea behind putting them close together, so about here or here, would be called infinite city sprawl. The idea behind that is you build cities as close as you can constantly. You're about 3 tiles apart, as close as you can build them, and that way you're constantly having cities produce a lot of research and a lot of gold, because you won't let them grow a whole lot, but you'll build just enough buildings in there to make it so that they're not creating a lot of unhappiness. You can look up forums and that, and I might also talk about that more in depth later on. So this is where we want to get our city. And you can only work things 3 tiles away. So here I'd be able to work 1, 2, and 3. I'd be able to use these horses. 1, 2, and 3. I'd be able to use the gems. That's not a bad spot. If I put it over here, I'd be able to work the sugar as well, but not the horses. So, and you can see how there's no yields here. There's no icons. It's because it's a desert. Just like tundra and a lot of the ice and stuff like that, they're useless pretty much. So don't build there unless you want to maybe have like a strategic spot or really want a resource or a choke point. So we'll build our city, and as you can see, happiness has gone down a little bit because we have more unhappiness because of the amount of cities and population. Kind of trying to look for my spot to pop in and attack some barbs and see if we get something going. We will then go with masonry so we can get rid of the marshes. Once again, as always, I usually start with a monument so I can expand my borders as quick as possible. Vienna is under attack by barbarians. Don't really... I guess we could venture over here and see what's going on. Oh wow, they really are. Boom! See? So now we've gained 12 influence because we killed the barbarians in their cultural boundary that were attacking them. So now we're up to green. There's a good chance the barbarians will kill us next time, but you know. I will... Once we do... So if you fortify on your city, it's instead called garrisoning. And watch, so the 7 combat strength of the city now goes to 9. Depending on the strength of your unit and everything, it'll increase the city's combat strength, which is really good. Pretty much you hit harder. And you take less damage in your city, which is always a good thing. So anyways, we'll pop over here, kind of see what's going on with Vienna. Alright, so unfortunately Vienna did not protect themselves, and it looks like the barbarians took their worker. Sucks for them. Don't really care. Okay, we'll heal you here. Little risky. He could create a unit, and then he'll immediately turn. Be able to create a turn right then. Oh yeah, that worker's gone. Sorry, guys. Sure, we'll build a library. I'm kind of building in a wonky order because I wanted to hook this stuff up first. Normally, I would go with... it all depends. Wheel's always good. Ironworking can be good. Once again, ironworking, just like animal husbandry, you can't see iron on the map until you get ironworking. So that's something to think about as well. Now that we have writing, what we can do, let's go over here, and we can do research agreements once we have philosophy. But for right now, we can sell our open borders. So I'll go to you. Okay. No, I'm not. See, because he's neutral, he's not going to give me as good of a trade. We'll go to Sejong, see if we can give him open borders. Click their gold. Okay, that's not really worth it. But once again, he's not going to be coming through to attack me. And oh, we already have it with Washington. And at least now we're starting to create good relations by trading with him. Okay, so we've traded with who we could. The thing is, let's say you're blocking people off and they can't get through your cultural boundaries because you don't have open borders to them. Don't open up your borders, because if they ask for it and you open your borders, it's probably because he's going to go put a settler right here and create a city and be a dick. So be careful with that later in the game. Also, too, let's say I build... let's say I put a city right about here, right next to Sejong. That's going to piss him the hell off. Not only am I settling near him and taking his tiles every time I expand my tiles, but he's going to covet my land then. And a good chance he'll declare war on me because of that. Okay, let's go over and deal with these barbarians. We want to get on the side of the river that they're on, because if we attack over a river, we have major negatives. Okay, someone built the Great Library. Can't really tell who. Now you see how even though I have really low health, and they have terrain modifiers helping them, because they're ranged, they have really low strength. And if you can see in the bottom left, it'll be about here. Even though the ranged attack is 7 damage, their melee strength, their ability to defend a melee attack is only 4, which is lower than my 6. So I won't be able to kill them. Eventually I'll probably end up dying this next turn, but I can do a lot of damage to them. Quebec City also wants to deal with the barbarians, but kind of busy right now. So, as we see here, they were able to kill him, and then this will pop up, which is something I want to show you. Okay, this is just showing you the average amount of food surplus in all of their cities. So extra food. So we do have masonry. So now, when a warrior and any of your units die, it'll show a picture of them, show the crosses over them, and if you left click, it'll show where they were. So if you're looking around, you can left click and see where they were. Korea is now allied with Quebec City as well, so they're just picking up a bunch of city-states. If you see a exclamation mark, there's a good chance that your city is probably, or an enemy's near your city. So you click here, and then you can shoot just like an archer. Boom. You don't get any experience for your city, but you are potentially getting rid of enemies. If the little target persists, it's just a glitch. You can only attack once a turn. Next, because we are having a little difficulties with barbarians, I will pick up archery. Archery is a great early unit. It also, you can almost use those actually as a artillery. If you want to do a really quick rush against an enemy, build a bunch of archers and some meat shields, some melee units, move in, just volley them with arrows every turn, and then boom, hit them with your melee, and you might be able to sack the city. Now see, technically they're in range, right? So let's see what happens with the workers. Oh, we do have some idiots coming this way. So watch. Oh, okay. Because it's a ship, it doesn't work. But let's say there's a barbarian nearby that could possibly start bothering them. They'll stop working because they're afraid. So if you keep having a hit, it's like, no, work, work, work. Why aren't you working? It's because there might be an enemy nearby, and you'll have to take care of the enemy first. They're afraid. So we're just continuing along. We are down one warrior now, which is fine. It's something I wanted to show you. But now we can build archers. Once again, we're getting more happiness now from spices, as you can see in the top left with the green. We'll go over here and start working on that. Go over here. Always be on the hill if possible, because it's extra terrain defense. Once again, advisors want me to build certain things. Sure, we can go with philosophy, so that way we'll get our burial tomb. That'll add a little bit of culture, some artist slots, which I can explain later, and some extra happiness. And it will cost us no gold per turn to have that building, so it's just free culture and happiness pretty much. Okay. Fortify them down, just because I want them to sit there. They will probably take damage from this galley, but watch if they do. It's a nice little, I won't say it's a glitch, but it's an interesting strategy. Okay, see? So the galley shot him. I have the combat animation off, so otherwise it would have shown it. So he's taken 1 damage, which he'll be able to heal next turn, but he gained 2 experience for that. It's an easy way of leveling up your character. Let him sit there and just take the damage. See? Oh, it's okay. See how he stopped working? Barb's nearby. So just have him start working again. So we gained back the experience that he damaged us, and we're going to do it all over again. Keep gaining experience. Okay.
Is the following trade of interest to you?
Pretty much what he is now asking us, you can see why we're friendly, is he wants us to be friends. And as stupid as that may sound and obvious as that may sound, pretty much if he asks for something, you have to give it to him. You can say no, but it's going to piss him the hell off. So it might just be easier. Okay, well, we really don't know what you want. We don't really have a lot to give or don't want to give you stuff, so we're just going to go alone. Yeah, he's not going to be overly happy about it, but it's going to be better than the alternative of pissing him off and saying no later. So we have our first promotion. We can now rename our character if we want. Or rename him Meow, because I have no better idea. So now he's Meow the Warrior. You could only do that when they're promoted. We can instantly heal them if we want, but that gets rid of the promotion. Or we can do the initial shock or drill. What drill will do will give you an extra 20% combat strength whenever you're fighting on rough terrain. So let's say I go and attack somebody that's here. Even though we're on rough terrain now, we're fighting in open flat terrain right here. So it wouldn't help us there. But if they attacked us here while we're in the rough terrain, we're fighting in the rough terrain, we're fighting in this tile, it'll help me. So since there's a lot of rough terrain, I'll probably go with that. We'll be able to improve that as we go along, and you'll see it there in our experience bar. Also, if you ever want to find a unit and it has a highlighted, click that, and you'll send it right in. Just keep healing them up as we go. We now have a library, so for every 2 citizens, we're going to get extra research. You can see our research. We got 12.5 now. Once again, lots of wonders. If we want to go through and try and really build a wonder, we could always do, like, let's say Stonehenge. We don't have a whole lot of production in our city now. I'm mouse scrolling to zoom in. Oops. Left and right click to flip through your cities, or here. But what we can do is hit it to production focus. And that's really going to sacrifice possible food tiles, gold, science, culture, depending on what you have. But see, it went from 22 to 12 turns only. So that's what you can really, right off the bat, just click that. Or what we can do is adjust it by hand. And see, so now we're only at about 16 turns, and we're still growing. So this is where you can really come in and adjust it to however you like. See, as you can see, different turns and how it affects it. So that's an advanced thing that you want to do. Until then, you can just do that. You know, obviously you would really want your unit starving, or your city starving. You'll lose your potential towards the next one until it goes all the way down to where you probably only have 4 citizens, and it'll probably stagnate to where it's not losing or growing. So another way then to try and rush this wonder is, let's say we have forest nearby, like these woods here. You can go outside, even if it's outside your culture boundary, and cut them down, and the nearest city will gain like 4, 5, 6, 7 hammers. So that's production. So that's what you call chop rushing. And it'll get you extra production early by chopping down forests. The one thing is that you need to worry about is those forests will never come back. Civ 4, you could get a what more or less is called a social policy and get them to come back, but you can't in this one. Anyways, people are going to war, as you can see, and they're bringing their city-states that they're allied with them. The nice thing is that we're not next to anybody, really, so they're not going to come for us. And let's say we are next to somebody, having a large military or having a lot of gold piled up will a lot of times discourage people from attacking you. So little ways that you can do to kind of passively affect them to hopefully not attack you. Anyways, everyone, that's going to be my little 2 cents of this. Please let me know if you have any questions. Obviously, this is at a harder difficulty. I'm kind of just researching kind of what the hell ever, because this is a weird start for me. But I really want you to learn, and I want to teach you. And if I'm teaching stupid stuff, I want my people like Doc Sardo and the others that really know what they're talking about, our Buzdavans, to say, hey, that's not good. This is how you do it. So if you have any comments, any suggestions, any requests for me to cover, let me know. I can flip ahead in another game to where I'm high and advanced and show you there. Another thing too is I need to actually get a worker over here to start improving this. Like this mine should have been improved already, so I'd get the extra happiness, the extra gold. I'd be working a good tile. This will be a better production city just because there's a lot of hills and hammers around. I can't work mountains. As you can see, there's no icons. They're just impassable places. It's just terrain, flavoring, if you will. Oh, also strategic resources such as iron and horses. As I highlighted, it says 2 horses, so I'm going to get 2 units of horses. And a lot of times, like a horseman will cost us 1 horse. So out of our 2 horses that we have now, we only have 1 horse, and it would show it up here. So we can only build so many until we're out of the strategic resource, such as iron, horses, aluminum, etc. So I think that's covered a good chunk of what I wanted to cover right now. You can always go to the help menu, which is in the Civilopedia, and look things up. It literally has everything and kind of an idea about it, or at least some flavor that you can look up. So thanks everyone once again for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, like I've said before at least 2 or 3 times, let me know. Oh, one more thing. I keep getting tangents. See how we're building Stonehenge? Doesn't this kind of look like Stonehenge there? Yeah, because it does give you a show. So let's say we are able to see a city, and you think someone might be building something. Look at their city. Does it look like it's on the ground? Then they're trying to build it. It's a nice way of being able to possibly prevent yourself. Like, let's say if this was my city and this was an enemy, and I saw building Stonehenge, I probably wouldn't build Stonehenge now because this city would take 52 turns, and I highly doubt their production's so shitty that I would be able to get through it faster. The production will change and shorten as I gain more hammers as citizens grow and stuff, but, you know, it's probably not going to happen. And it's great out here because there's only 1 allowed in the world. Later on, we'll have national wonders, and Even if someone else has it, like a national epic that creates more great people per turn, only one city in your once you've met the requirements, only one city in your empire can have it. So little things like that I'll discuss later. Thanks again for watching, and this is H.A. Tenchi saying, have a good day.